Welcome to the Endless Entrepreneurs YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Luke Henson. I am a part-time eBay seller, part-time real estate investor, and a full-time consultant in the finance world. This purpose of this video is just going to be to cover the first 18 sales I've had on eBay this year. I'm trying to put out weekly sales updates to show you guys what actually is selling for me in my business, the items that I source, and what I buy them for, what they end up actually selling for. Talk about the shipping costs around them, just to make sure that, the strategies align. Just hopefully share some brand knowledge and just other knowledge to help you grow your eBay business. So I'm going to check the chat real quick, just make sure we're good. We are live right now. It is January 4th. We're 4 days into the new year, so only a couple days here. I grabbed the first 18 sales. Thought that was a fun little spin to put on the video this week. Looks like people are starting to filter in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I do want to jump right into these 18 sales. We'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end, so if you do have questions about that, I will take care of those at the end. But let me share my screen and jump right in, guys. So let's first start with just that. For the first 4 days of those 18 sales is about $423. Not great. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a slow start, but that's how it was for me last year as well. I know these first couple of days of the new year can be pretty slow. I've been listing pretty steadily, 9 items a day, like I planned all week. So I'm expecting to see some ramp up, getting back to a normal listing schedule here. Although after Sunday, I will be checking out pretty much off the grid for about 11 days for the wedding. So hopefully I won't lose too much momentum and hopefully can pick up a bunch of momentum before them. But in either case, here we go, $423, 18 sales. Here we go. So the very first sale of 2018 was this shirt. Actually, I redid my inventory. Not redid. I did kind of like an inventory reconciliation towards the end of this last year. And in December, I found this one. It just happened to be in a bin, and it was unlisted somehow. So I relisted it. I refotoed it, new pictures and everything, and sold within like 2 weeks for $22.98 plus shipping. Sold for full price. So brought in almost $30 there. And I was in this for $3.99. Found it at a local Goodwill. It definitely shipped first class. It was less than 16 ounces, so probably like $4 ish or less, depending on the weight. All right, next item. This is from my bulk purchase. And so to give a little background info for those of you who are new to my channel, back last May, I made a purchase and bought 3,000 pair of new without tags LL Bean pants. It came in 4 huge pallets, and this was one of those items. You'll see them scattered throughout here. I've been selling those off for, like I said, pretty much since last May. I'm well past break even, definitely in the positive quite a ways, and these will continue to sell off. I've sold off, I think, like I'm eclipsing the 500 mark in 500 pairs, and so it'll just keep residual money over and over. It's like a one-time investment and get all them listed and up. There are multi-quantity listings, and so each of these cost me $1.15. So that's not bad at all. I sold actually 2 of these. I took a best offer, but because I still have some of these, when I click the listing in my sold, it pulls up the active listing. But in either case, took a best offer. It was $15 a piece, and with the shipping, so they were about $21 each. And so it's a $42 sale. Always nice when I can package it up, because I actually fit both these in a regional A box, and off they went. So I think it was like $8 or $9 to ship it, and a $2.30 buy cost. You can't really beat that. All right, now these have probably been listed for almost a year, and the only reason I can tell is because I haven't hung pants for pictures in a really long time. I pretty much do flat lays now. So these I took a best offer of, I think it was $16 plus $5.99 to ship, so $21 shipped. I was in these for $3.99. That's what dress pants are here at my local Goodwills, and I still pick this type of item up. I only pick up Polo Ralph Lauren pants though if they have the pony on them. So let me show you there. So if they have the pony on them, I pick them up. If they don't, I don't really pick up the dress pants anymore. Like I think Hammond is one of the lines that doesn't have it. Andrew is another one of the lines that doesn't have it. But Preston and Ethan, I think, are the 2 that usually have the ponies on the back. So just be on the lookout for those. Those seem to do pretty well for me. I usually can get right around $25 to $30 shipped for them. They're not a fast seller, but they do sell. And actually, I'm just going to check the chat real quick here. Looks like we're all set. All right, make sure we're still good. All right. Actually, all right. So on to the next one. So this was I actually posted on Instagram today. I think it sold yesterday. But sold for took about offer of $30 plus $5.99 to ship. Picked these up for $3.99. They're just I don't recognize the brand at all. It was from Steinmart. You can tell the tag here. Actually, I normally take those tags off. I'm not sure why I left that on this particular case. But these were just like a woven pattern. They were dark brown. They were 100% wool, which is I think what helps sell them. But they are an off-brand, to my knowledge, anyways. I find a lot of overstock from Marshalls and Steinmart and the kind of those local retailers in the Goodwills. I don't know if it's because people buy them and donate them because they don't wear them, or if it's because they have an agreement and they get a lot of their overstock or overflow. Sorry about that yawn, guys. Not sure if any of you guys have experience with that or if you know about that, but I'd be curious to see if anyone in their local areas gets the same thing. Here in Charlotte, our donations are fantastic. I mean, I probably live in one of the best areas to thrift clothing in. So here is another pair from that bulk order, and these are just flat front dress pants. Nothing too special, and these for $1.15. Sold a single pair. Took a best offer of $15.99 for these ones, plus $5.99 to ship. And let me show you. And these actually, you can see they X out the tag because LL Bean has a lifetime return guarantee. So my guess is these were shelf pulls from LL Bean, and they probably liquidated them. And then the person who sold them to me probably bought the liquidation. And so that just makes sure that you can't actually redeem the lifetime warranty on them. All right, here is new with tags Van Heusen dress shirt. Now, for 2018, I'm not really picking up stuff like this anymore because I'm trying to push my average sell price up to about $35, and stuff like this would just pull it down. But I got into this for $3.99. It sold for full price for no, it didn't. I'm sorry. This took a best offer of $15 plus $15.99 to ship. To me, that's a decent ROI on a $3.99 purchase. Shipped first class. It was pretty light. I think it was like 10 or 12 ounces. But you can just see here, original was 42. The new tag stuff's just so easy to list too. All right, here is a Brooks Brothers shirt. It is non-iron. I usually only have ever picked up the non-irons or slim fits. This happened to be a ladies shirt, women's, and nice colors, red and blue plaid. Picked this up for $3.99. Took a best offer of $12 plus $5.99 to ship. So basically, we were at about that. What's that? $18 price point. Wow, my brain was not working there. But again, I'm not picking these up for 2018 anymore. I'm just trying to stick to things that are $25 or higher only when I'm sourcing. This is a good pickup. Vineyard Vines. They were had some little wear to them. You could see, like the wallet wear in there and a little bit of fade in the back. But they were, desirable. They're 33 by 32, which is, not a standard size by any means. The corduroys. Vineyard Vines always sells well for me. They did have the whale logo on the back, which helps. Picked these up for $3.99, and I took a best offer of $30, so it's $30 plus $5.99 to ship. So really happy with that. And this is how I do my pictures now for flat lays, pretty much, for men's pants, anyways. All right, here's just more LL Bean stuff. These are flannel-lined jeans. These have been flying off the shelves lately. This nor'easter or whatever they're calling it on the East Coast. Even down here in Charlotte, it has been frigid. I mean, it was in the teens 2 of the days this week. You can hear my nose is all stuffed up because of allergies and everything else has been hitting me. So these have been flying off the shelves. I've probably sold in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I bet I've sold probably 10 or 12 pair of these. And in the bulk order, I think it was like 50 or 60 total. So I've been selling out these pretty fast. These sold for full price, $21.62 plus $5.98 to ship. Again, another LL Bean one. These sold, they were new with tags, as you can see there. I believe these were not hemmed. Yep, so these are unhemmed. And these sold, I took a best offer of $15.99 plus $5.99 to ship. And again, I was in these for $1.15. Same with those flannel line jeans. I was only in those for $1.15. This was pretty cool. So Shannon, my fiance, who soon to be my wife here in another couple weeks, she used to sell on eBay as well. She's not really doing it at all anymore. But when she was picking up women's clothing, she picked up this Woolrich vest. It's like a full zip. It's like a heavier wool. Pretty cool pattern on it, that stripe pattern. And I found when we were moving, I found a bit of inventory that she hadn't listed. And some of it was okay. Some of it was probably wouldn't have picked it up. But I listed this and this other, like, it was kind of like a shawl wrap from Woolrich too that I found. But I listed this and it sold within like 24 hours. Maybe it was 48 hours. But sold for full price, $19.99 plus $5.99 to ship. I think I kind of priced it low. I probably should have priced it a little higher. But in either case, I was really happy with that. Here's the pictures for it. I'm assuming her buy cost was $3.99 just because I know how things are priced at the Goodwills around here. So it was a pretty cool flip. I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Here we go. All right, we're still good. So this was something I bought. Man, this is quite a while ago. I probably had this up for a year. Blazers are very long tail. I mean, I'm just used to that. Blazers, sport coats, and suits. And I took a best offer of $30 for this, so it's $30 plus $5.99 to ship. And I'm in this for $4.99. All the blazers and sport coats in my area are flatly priced, and it fit this flat rate, so it shipped for $5.95. And this is going to be a big part of my model for this next year. I'm going to be focusing a lot on suits and blazers, just to drive that average sell price up. And I'm trying to basically reduce touch points. So I want to hit my sales goals without spending any more time than I did last year on my business, which means that I want to sell less but make the same amount. So I need to sell less but sell it for higher. So that's just kind of the overall goal here. So hopefully these next sales updates, you'll start to see more and more suits and blazers be the prevalent thing. Here are some Bonobos jeans. They are the travel, and they're called travel jeans, actually, travel line. They're like a dark gray. I love selling Bonobos. Here's your tag. It sells really well for me. One of those travel jeans, straight fit. Pretty standard size, 34 by 32. They've always done well. And this one even had a flaw on it. So that's why they're kind of priced where they are. So you can see it's got like a bleach stain on it. And I took a best offer of $19.99 plus the $4.98 to ship. Most of my shipping is at $5.99. I just hadn't updated this shipping setting apparently, whatever one this was under. But with a flaw on it like that, to move it for $25, I didn't see the flaw when I bought it originally. I just don't know how I overlooked it, but I did. So was happy to get $25 out of that. I was in this for $4.99 and it shipped flat rate for $5.95. I got 5 more left here, guys. So these are LL Bean. These are like a darker red. They're like a denim dungaree type style pants. They're almost like they're basically like jeans. They're a little thinner. Here's your tag. But again, I was in these for $1.15. And so I took a best offer of $8, I think, plus $5.99 to ship, or $5.99 to ship. So I know that seems really low, but this was the women's stuff was for the most part was kind of the lower end stuff of the lot. The men's stuff seems to sell a lot better because they're dress pants and things like that. The women's stuff also was all one size. It was all size 4. It had like regulars, petites, medium talls, and all that. But so I've been trying to blow out a lot of that just to get on my storage, recoup some investment on it. I'm still making money at $1.15 a pair, and shipping them first. I think these actually ship first class, if I recall. But either way, and actually a lot of these have been going, like buyers have been buying 3 or 4 pair at a time, which has reduced my shipping cost down to about $2 to $3 per pair on average. So yeah, but no, I mean, I wouldn't recommend building a model around this price point here. This isn't what I'm going for. But when you buy 3,000 pair of pants, you don't have not every single piece is going to be a high dollar amount. But nonetheless, listing it and getting it out the door is a good idea to kind of maximize your investment. And again, here's an example. So this lady had bought all 3 of these here. So I'll just kind of scan through. Or no, I'm sorry. She bought both of these. And so this is just blue corduroys. There's really bright blue corduroys. Again, and those are $1.15. So both, I took a best offer of $8 for each of them. So basically it was $14 a pair, $28 all in, and I was able to fit them in a regional A box for not very expensive. So it was nice. And then these, again, more LL Bean, and these are kind of other new and tag stuff here. And these are just khakis. I took a best offer. I believe it was $7.50 for these, plus $5.99 to ship. And then the last 2 guys are both Ralph Lauren shirts. I know nothing too crazy exciting, but when reselling, not everything's a home run. I'm not picking these up anymore for 2018, but it's still nice to sell out of the ones I do have. Took a best offer of $12 each for both of these. They sold to the same buyer, plus $5.99 to ship for each of them. So, you know, getting 18 a piece out of these, going to one buyer, I will fit them in a flat rate down below for $5.95. So pretty good there. This one was, I don't know if this is classic fit or what. I guess tags on here. This one was classic fit, both different shades of blue. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here for a minute. I'll bounce back to the chat. So, you know, nothing too crazy exciting. Average sell price for that, just so if anyone was wondering, was $23.50. So about $2 higher than what I finished 2017 at. I was a little above $21 an item for all of 2017. Trying to get, like I said, trying to get to that $35 price point. I don't expect to hit that until probably late spring. I would say May or June, because I really have to focus on sourcing the right items to support the $35. But in either case, still need to sell off the old inventory I have, just to keep making money off of those investments, because they weren't bad buys. They're just not good buys for my new model. New Frontier said in the chat, and I'll take questions off if anyone has any. And Happy New Year to everyone. I see people jump in the chat there. Is New Frontier is going to cut out a bunch of clothing in 2018 and focusing more on shoes, blazers, and suits, hats, and bags. Also have an expected ASP of 35 for the new year. That's awesome, New Frontier. Yeah, that's kind of a lot of my model. I'm going to sell a lot of jeans still. Here where I am, there's a huge market for jeans. There's a huge quantity of jeans to source, I should say, and a decent sell price. So Adam has asked, why do the labels have an X on them? I mentioned earlier in the video, but for anyone who jumped in late, they were a shelf pull, I'm guessing, from LL Bean, and LL Bean offers a lifetime warranty. And so when they do shelf pulls like that and they liquidate them, they X out all of those, or if they donate them, they X out so that people can't return them for a brand new item and use that use them as that lifetime warranty. So that's why they came that way. Brandon Page said, I know you said you were laying off the Brooks Brothers and Ralph Lauren button fronts. Could you not still buy them but lot them together to increase your average sell price? Brandon, that's a really good point. I could do that. I'm just not sure. Oh, that's an interesting point. That's a really interesting point. I'll have to think about it. If I could find a way to streamline the listing of them, then I think, yeah, I would do that. I would have to think about that, though. Because if I had to put each of them on a mannequin, it just takes too much time. But if I was able just to flat lay them all and maybe just do like one or two pictures or a couple pictures, that might be worth it. That's a good suggestion, Brandon. Thank you. Hey, Bob, what's going on? Happy New Year. That's hilarious. Your first sale 2018 was that Scully shirt. Wow. So back in July, just for people watching, I went to Austin to the Green Room meetup, had a blast, and met Bob down there. And we had a blast, didn't we, Bob? And we went out thrifting. It was actually Tino, the Soul Advisor, who, if you haven't checked out his channel, you should. Jason, Prof Sales, if you haven't checked out his channel, you should. And I think Harsha was with us. And that might have been it. But we hit a couple Goodwills while we were down there in between the conference stuff. And Bob found this really sweet Scully Western shirt. And Scully is an awesome brand, if you're wondering. It's a great Western brand that has awesome sell-through, usually $50 to $75 price points for most of the decorative stuff. So that he's just saying that was his first sale for 2018. That's pretty crazy. Congrats, Bob. House of Herald just said, found 2 Joseph A. Bank camel hair blazers for $5.99 each. Would you pick them up? It depends what color they were. If they were the standard beige and if they had like wooden or leather buttons, I probably would pick them up. If they had standard buttons, it'd be iffy. If they're cashmere, I'd say absolutely. But I have picked up like some of the more unique colored camel hair ones. Like I sold a dark green one, I think, for like $38 the other day. They're not going to be home runs, but at that price point, that's pretty solid. So let's see. Brandon said I sold 5 Ralph Lauren button fronts for $69 regularly. Wow. Brandon, do you find that the sell-through is better when you lot them versus when they're single? Like, do you sell them more? Like, quicker, I should say? Oh, wow, Bob. Yeah, Bob paid $5 for that Scully shirt, which is absurd because everything in the Goodwills down there was so overpriced. But for some reason, they didn't know what the brand Scully was. And so it was $5. You got 57 plus shipping going to the global shipping program. That's awesome, Bob. And yeah, guys, I see 11 likes down there. We got 63 watching live. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me. It just lets YouTube know that the content is useful and valuable. Also encourages me to keep producing videos. Thrifty Vet said, I found my first Scully in Savers a while ago. Sold $50 easily, black and white inverted. Yeah, I love Scully. I wish I could find it more around here. HPH said, hi, Luke. Thanks for the templates and going over the business plan the other night. I got the book 6 Months, 6 Figures on audio. Love it already. Yeah, I can't recommend that book enough. Also, guys, I know I'm behind on my emails. I do apologize. Been in a crunch to get everything done before we kind of go off the grid for the wedding. I'm planning to answer all my emails. I'm bringing my laptop with me when we leave. So I'll be gone for 11 days. I'm going to catch up on a lot of my accounting work and my emails and stuff like that. So I do apologize for those waiting for me to email back. I haven't forgotten about you. New Frontier said he picked up a J. Crew Houndstooth Ludlow. Oh, Ludlow, J. Crew Ludlow is just money. Anytime you can pick that up. You got 44 long Italian wool, new with tags at Goodwill half off today. Wow, how much did you pick that up for? And Brandon said, yeah, sell-through seems to do a lot better. Most people see a better value in more shirts than one Ralph Lauren for 15. Yeah, that's true. And do you mix up the colors, like the colorways a lot with them, Brandon, just to make them like a variety? Michelle just asked a question about shipping. She said, how do you know which regional box to use? So I used to think shipping was super complicated. It was kind of overwhelming. But if you go to your eBay screen and you go to print a label, so you go to pay for your postage, and then you can go to change dimensions and weight, and it literally brings up every shipping option that you have and what's the cheapest to use. And so you can pick from that list based on the price, and just all you need to do is order each type of box from USPS.com for free, and then you'll just know what's the best one to use as long as it'll fit in that box, and you pick it off there. So it doesn't have to be too complicated, Michelle, but I understood. I used to ask that question a lot. It's not about knowing which regional. It's the regional A and regional B just have, I believe it just has to do with the size or the type of the box. But I could be wrong on that. Either way, eBay streamlines it to tell you exactly which one's going to be the better deal for you. Brian said, Ralph Lauren size 3X worth picking up for $5. Bigger size might sell better. Yeah, and I guess I should say the one exception is I'm always going to pick up the big and tall stuff for Ralph Lauren or Brooks Brothers type stuff, regardless. Yeah, I'm kind of trimming out the other ones, but yeah, the big and tall stuff always does well. I can get 25 shipped for most of the big and tall stuff pretty easy. For $5, I would pick that up, yeah. And Brandon, I think you're onto something. I might think about doing that. So you're saying 5 shirts for $65. So you're basically 4 into 12, but you're saving a ton on the shipping. Yeah, if I could find a way to streamline the listing, I think that may be worth it. I'll have to think about that. Yep, 18 items within 4 days, someone just asked. You know, nothing, no home runs. I mean, just kind of steady stuff. My floor for my business seems to be about $100 a day is like my bad days usually. My good days are like mid 200s usually. And my average I'd say is around like 150 to 180. So I'm trying to really need to get up to like 250 needs to be my average day. So we'll see. Got some work to do. Need to get back into listing more. I pretty much eBay took a backseat from September to December this last year. Probably the worst timing for that due to the rental property we got going and on the market. So, you know, it's opportunity costs, but getting that off the ground was worth it. So now just kind of back to the grind, getting this rolling again. Hey, Chase the Dream. Regional A is a 2-pound rate and regional B is a 4-pound rate. Gotcha. Yes, I still have a normal job. I guess you call it normal. I'm a consultant. So I just work 40 hours a week. The project I'm on is like an 18-month project, and they don't like to pay OT, so I never have to work over 40, which is great, and fits in really well to help me build my other businesses. So, all right, guys, if there's not any other questions, I might wrap up. I still have some listings and shipping to get done tonight before I go to bed. Trying to get to bed early and keep getting lots of rest. Gonna have a busy weekend ahead before we take off on Monday. All right, have an awesome night, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me on the way out. I would really appreciate it. If you have any other questions, feel free, hit me up on Instagram, Endless Entrepreneurs. I try to get back to each other or any questions as quick as I can. And I appreciate all the support, guys. Have an awesome day. See you.